Karen sent fake HOA police to find me for my pool. She didn't know I'm the sheriff. The first sign of trouble wasn't the knock on the door. It was the silence coming from my backyard. No kids splashing, no laughter echoing off the fence, just the buzz of cicadas and the creak of cheap boots on concrete. When I stepped out, my heart sank. Two men in knockoff security uniforms were stringing red compliance hold tape around my in-ground pool like it was a crime scene. Standing behind them, clipboard in hand, was the queen of the cul-de-sac herself, Karen. "This pool is in violation of HOA Water Aesthetics Policy 4B, she announced. "You're being fined." I looked at her, then at the pool, then back at her. She didn't flinch, didn't stutter, because she had no idea who I was. "My name is Grant Devlin. I've been sheriff of Candler County for 7 years. I've dealt with meth labs, domestic standoffs, and wild boar stampedes. But I wasn't ready for a fake HOA police force trying to shut down my pool. We moved into the Sugarwood Meadows subdivision 4 months ago. My wife Leslie and I wanted somewhere quiet to raise our twins after I transferred command back to county headquarters. The community advertised relaxed country charm with HOA protection. What they meant was Karen Whitley, mid-50s, pearl earrings, spent more time printing violations than the zoning office. She ran Sugarwood's HOA like a boot camp, except no one had elected her in over 3 years. The board had disbanded, but Karen just kept showing up. "We can't allow bright patio furniture. Your daughter's inflatable unicorn violates visual harmony. Pool umbrellas must match the house trim." At first, I let it go. I figured she'd back off once she got bored. But when she called my wife non-compliant for putting out pool noodles, I warned her once, "Keep off my property." She didn't listen. Now here we were, Karen flanked by her 2 compliance officers, slapping red tape around my pool like they were hazmat specialists. "You're violating HOA depth restrictions," she snapped. "There are no HOA depth restrictions," I said calmly. "It's non-conforming." She gestured at the pool. "It disrupts the community's minimalist water profile." I stepped closer. "You don't have the authority to be on this property." "I do." "Sheriff," she replied. "This community gave me emergency enforcement rights." "Then show me," I said. "Show me the document." She flipped a sheet from her clipboard. It was a printed form, no city stamp, no HOA registration, no signatures. Just the words, "Sugarwood Meadows Residential Compliance Code Book, 2023 Revival Edition." I looked at her fake officers. "You two have badges." They held up plastic cards on lanyards that read Community Order Corps. That's when I called dispatch. "Yeah, this is Sheriff Devlin." I said, "I've got 2 impersonators and a civilian issuing fake violations on my private property. Requesting backup." Karen's eyes went wide. "You're the sheriff?" "That's right," I said, stepping past her to remove the tape from my pool. "And you're about to learn what a real violation looks like." Backup arrived within 8 minutes. Deputy Ray and Sergeant Larkin stepped out of the cruiser, both visibly confused at the sight of Karen's faux patrol frozen in place beside the deep end. "Should we read them their rights now?" Ray asked. "Not yet," I said. "Let's talk first." Karen tried to backpedal. "This is a misunderstanding, just a warning visit." "Ma'am," I said, "you cut across my yard, trespassed, and attempted to close a fully licensed, code-compliant pool using 2 men impersonating public officers." Her voice wobbled. "But I didn't know it was your house." "That's not how trespassing works," I replied. I turned to the men. "You're both under arrest." The fake officers were charged with impersonation, trespassing, and unauthorized interference with residential infrastructure. One of them, it turned out, was a former private mall guard with a grudge. The other was just getting paid cash. But the deeper I looked, the more it unraveled. Karen wasn't just enforcing aesthetic standards. She had created an entire phantom HOA. She collected fines through a Venmo account labeled Meadows Integrity. She printed violation notices on templates copied from a dissolved HOA codebook. She issued over $11,000 in fines over the past 18 months for pool colors, solar lights, even chalk drawings. None of it was legal. None of it was filed. She threatened families, shamed renters, told a veteran he couldn't fly the American flag because it was too bold. She ruled with a clipboard and weaponized silence, until someone finally said no. I brought the evidence to the county clerk. We found the HOA's legal charter had expired 3 years earlier, with no quorum and no reinstatement paperwork, meaning Karen's rules, her board, her patrols, all illegal. The county commission issued a cease and desist. We froze her accounts, filed charges. The headline on the news ran, HOA enforcer arrested after trying to shut down sheriff's pool. But what happened next surprised me even more. People started talking. A family across the street came forward. They paid $250 because Karen claimed their toddler's sprinkler mat violated water usage protocols. A retiree said he stopped using his pool because Karen told him the algae was bothering the aesthetic line. A mother cried as she told us her son stopped inviting friends over because Karen kept photographing their backyard. Dozens of stories, all the same pattern. People scared of someone who never had real power. So we changed things. We held a neighborhood meeting without Karen. I explained the truth, showed the records, gave them real resources, city permits, legal aid numbers, and the truth about HOA overreach. And then we voted unanimously to dissolve all attempts to resurrect the HOA and replace it with a neighborhood collaboration network. No fine, no ranks, just people helping people. We set up a volunteer maintenance day, built a free library, held our first ever pool day at my place open to all. We even gave away extra goggles. Karen was convicted of impersonating public officials, fraud, and harassment. She took a plea deal and moved out within the month. Her house sold to a family with 3 boys who built a backyard zip line. And my pool, still open, still full, still safe. Now it's a symbol, not just of water, but of resistance, of standing up to fake power, of choosing community over control, of reminding people what real law looks like and what leadership feels like. You want to know the best part? The inflatable unicorn. We named it Karen. Every Saturday, someone takes a selfie with it. And every time I see it float by smiling, ridiculous, I remember. Sometimes the best way to defeat tyranny is to make it swim in its own nonsense. The end.